Each administration at some point in its first or second year has a strategic assessment, a strategic strategy of what the United States economic, diplomatic, political, and military objectives will be in foreign affairs. Ours just came out, and one of the more controversial sections, which I think otherwise was a pretty sound strategy, was simply saying that our partners, the founders of Western civilization, the Europeans, are in dire trouble. And then the authors of the strategic assessment said they face civilizational erasure. Well, you can see what that did to the Europeans. Nothing is more humiliating or makes a European angrier than we upstart Americans, who our founders came from Europe, and many of us did as well, to be lecturing the Europeans on what they're doing wrong. So they're very angry at us. But why are they angry at us? Because the assessment outlined why Europe's in trouble. Its radical green proposals, their new Green Deal version, is much more deleterious than ours. They have ample amounts of gas in the North Sea and oil. They have natural gas in France and other places, and yet they're on this hell-bent, if I could use that term, on wind and solar that's costly and unreliable. The result is Europe is not competitive in the world economic market, and the EU has lost its place in world GDP rankings. It's gone way down. It used to be, along with the United States, the two preeminent economic powers in the world, but it's lost its share of world GDP by a substantial margin in just 20 years. Its fertility rate is not as ours is 1.71, 1.75. That's very worrisome. Theirs is 1.39. They are shrinking and aging. And more importantly, their borders are open. They have 45 million people coming in from the Middle East predominantly. And unlike us, they don't have a history with the melting pot. There's no fluidity in classes as we have. So it's very hard for them to acculturate, assimilate, and integrate immigrants, especially when they come in illegally and from, let's be honest, mostly from the Middle East. So you have the force multiplying of Islam. At least the people who come across the southern border legally and illegally have a shared Christian tradition. But Europe does not have that experience with illegal immigration, and they're disarmed. They had not been spending 2% until Donald Trump jawboned them. They say they're going to get to 5%, but if you look at their budgetary expenditures and incomes, it seems almost impossible. And now they're facing a Russian juggernaut that is, moving west in Ukraine toward them. And so all of this was calibrated by the United States. But here's what I think got them very angry. The United States attitude was not, in this report, you should have done this, you bad you, we don't like it. No, it was more, we should be brothers. We should be equal brothers. Europe is the foundation of the West. Greece, Rome, the Pope, the Renaissance, the Enlightenment, all of this majestic culture came from you, and we are an offshoot, an offspring of it, and we want to partner with you, and we want to be equals with you. So please, can you just consider stopping the censorship, opening up discussion, and maybe reassessing your energy, your military, your immigration issues and policies, and get back in the game with us in a 50-50 fashion. They got very, very angry about this.